Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Mayor and Council meeting, City of Dalton of Monday, April the 20th, 2026. The time is a few minutes past 6 p.m. and a quorum is present. Council members, you have before you an agenda.
A motion.
I got ahead of myself there a little bit. This time would ask that Mr. Parker lead us in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's try that one more time. Council members, you have before you an agenda. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, this time we have public commentary. I have one card. There are cards in the back. If anyone else wishes to speak, if you will quickly get a card. Nicole Perez. Hi. Ms. Perez, if you will go to the microphone, that way it's recorded for the minutes. And we ask that comments remain at about 3 minutes. I'm not going to stop you in the middle of a thought, but if you'll try and keep it to 3 minutes, please, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Nicole Perez. The reason why I'm here today, just to speak in front of everybody. So the reason why is, sorry, I'm a little nervous. So we had an event, a venue here in Dalton located where Tapa, the new supermarket is. And we just wanted to talk about when the venues can be lifted already. The reason why is because having the venue really spoke to the community. Seeing the reason what we had there, we decorated for events, quinceañeras, weddings, you name it. We have our own company for decoration. Sorry, I'm so nervous. We had our own business for decorating, and there we, just created people's special moments that whenever you walk in, everything was decorated, everybody was like, and wow. And we just want to know when that could be lifted again, and seeing what that process is to be able to put smiles on people's faces, if that makes sense.
Okay, this is for an event center application.
An event center, yes, ma'am.
So it is the next item that the city attorney's office is working on. So in the weeks ahead, you would see publish. We meet on the first and the third Monday of the month. And if at the end of this meeting, we'll actually, if the gentleman in the back of the room from code enforcement can get your contact. Well, actually, we have it right here. You gave it.
Yes.
We can contact you and let you know when we're going to have our first reading of our.
Yeah, just because we've been here numerous times just to see when that is lifted, and they keep telling us, oh, like in a month here. So we already pay rent there, and we made it better. Like we painted the walls, we've done, stuff to the venue, and we just want to have that lifted if that's possible.
Okay,
but yeah, we can definitely talk. Yeah, we can definitely talk after.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during open comment? Okay, seeing no one come forward, we'll move on next. For staff reports. Are there any?
We do, Madam Mayor and Council. Candace Eaton is going to share some exciting things with us about Georgia Cities Week.
So thank you. This week or today kicks off Georgia Cities Weeks. You may use this one. Okay. This week kicks off Georgia Cities Weeks. And as we all know, Georgia Municipal Association puts a whole week that we get to focus on all the incredible things that cities do for their communities. So this year we've added a little colorful drawings to our stage here, and we had a little coloring contest. So I'm going to award those winners first. So the school, we had 300 kids color, and the school picked the top ones. So for the coloring contest, and I think I've got 2 of my winners here. I think they're here. Lucas Cameron. All right. Are you gonna come up here and see me? Oh, yeah, you can. So that's there, and I'm gonna ask our teacher, to date me. This is Miss Simmons. She is their teacher. She colored the middle picture for me that has kind of become my staple. And I used to pick her up and take her to school. She was my very first boss's daughter. So this is like a surreal, like, I'm like, you're old enough so Miss Ellie Downey Simmons, if you'll come up here, got something, I'll give you this. And then I think fourth graders, I don't see Elsa or, I've got two more that will get those. So let's get this picture if y'all wanna.
I got my tie on.
Our Mayor Day contest winner.
Maybe get the picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. They're just taped on the top two. Yeah, those two. So our next little fun thing we did was if I were a mayor essay contest. So I'm gonna take it's not long, so you're about to hear my good reading skills. If I were the mayor of Dalton, I would give teachers more pay. Some teachers don't get paid as much as they should. For example, teachers work so hard for us students. They stand up and teach all day. They also stay after school stressing about if they need to make copies. They also help millions of students become educated in life. Mind you, politicians get paid more and do less. Teachers do way more work than politicians. Teachers also have to deal with the bad kids that don't want to listen. So when the whole class is talking, their teacher only gets mad because they get stressed out. For example, when we get off topic and loud, it takes up time, so they get really stressed out. And when you say their name a lot, they get overwhelmed. In conclusion, I really want teachers to get paid at least what they deserve. Mind you, teachers make all of the class parties happen. So, Miss Annalee, I hope you can at least make a few of these changes. Have a great day, everyone. So, Miss Raylan Brookshire and her teacher, Miss Bacon, are here. So, I would like for them to come up. And I just want to, I think they all attend Beaverdale Elementary. I sent some emails out and they were the only response I got. So my love for that little school out on Georgia 2 has a special place in my heart. But real quick, I just want to remind everybody, Georgia City's week is this week. We're concluding the week on Friday at Burr Park with the Beach Bash. The sand will be there. Different city departments will be set up. And it's going to be a fun night of community. So I hope to see you all there.
Thank you guys for coming. Thanks, Candace. We're all excited about Friday night at Burr Park. These are awesome. So thank you all for participating and for being here tonight.
And Mayor, if I could, I just want to thank Ms. Eaton for her efforts when we put this role together, Director of Community Engagement and Special Events. These were the top things we had in mind to better engage the community. So I want to thank Candace for her effort in engaging the schools for Georgia Cities Week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. Next, minutes of the mayor and council meeting of March the 30th, 2026. Council members, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, under new business, item number 4, Reinhardt Drive, traffic control change. Jackson?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This request is to implement no parking on both sides of the street for Reinhardt Drive from Citadel Drive to Davidson Drive from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. This traffic control change is requested due to accessibility concerns expressed by staff from the fire department as well as Public Works Department's garbage and recycling operations due to vehicles double parking, making the corridor impassable for larger service trucks. This request follows public comment provided by residents in attendance of the April 15th Public Works Committee meeting, of which support for the implementation was provided from both the residents in attendance and the Public Works Committee. A provision is made to allow for temporary parking for delivery and home maintenance service vehicles should this request be approved tonight. Traffic control devices will comply with current manual of uniform traffic control device standards, and the department will install the required signage for the no parking zone as denoted in Exhibit A, utilizing in-house forces.
All right, are there questions or comments on this item? Not, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. We've got one more. Number 5, East Morris Street and South Frederick Street, traffic control change.
So this request is to implement a no right turn on red for westbound traffic turning right onto Frederick Street. The department received a request to review the intersection and found improper sight distances for the existing conditions. And the department's recommendation for safety improvements at the intersection would be to implement a no right turn on red reflected in Exhibit A. This traffic control change follows a positive recommendation from the Public Works Committee as well. And if approved, the Public Works would complete the improvements shown on Exhibit A using in-house forces.
All right, are there any questions or comments on this item? Not, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I
Second.
have a motion, I have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, item number 6, Fort Hill Circle, traffic control change.
This traffic control change request consists of converting the one-way approach for the traffic on Fort Hill Circle into a two-way street to shift the existing stop bar further towards the intersection located on Fort Hill Circle at the Spencer Street intersection. The proposed traffic control change will enhance intersection sight distances by shifting the Fort Hill Circle's approach alignment at the all-way stop intersection and enable access to the residential properties located on Fort Hill Circle without having to travel through the parking lot of the school facility. If this was approved tonight, the traffic control devices will be implemented in accordance with AASHTO and Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Device Standards and utilizing in-house forces.
All right, questions or comments on this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. You have another one. You're gonna be, okay. Item number 7, Geo Hydro Engineers Proposal for Construction Material Testing and Special Inspection Services for the Temple Bethel Memorial Park Project.
The attached proposal is to enter into contract with Geo Hydro Engineers to perform geotechnical engineering services inclusive of providing construction material testing and special inspections for structural elements of the Temple Bethel Memorial Park project. Services within this contract include foundation bearing surface evaluations, cast in place concrete and grout strength testing, steel reinforcement inspections, and soil density and subgrade evaluations. This proposal received a positive recommendation from the Public Works Committee and will cost $14,400 to utilize the BD 162 project account.
All right, questions or comments on this item? All right, if not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion, I have a second. Is there any discussion? Not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Item number 8, intergovernmental rental agreement with the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia for the Dalton Freight Depot at 305 South Depot Street for the Bandy Heritage Center.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. As you may recall, the Board of Regents through the University System of Georgia has leased a portion of the freight depot since 2015. to operate the Bandy Heritage Center, which is adjunct to the educational degree programs at Dalton State. The lease expired. It was a 10-year lease initially, so the agreement was up for renewal. There were some fairly significant changes to the lease terms. As you can imagine, in 10 years, a lot changes. And so the proposed intergovernmental rental agreement for your consideration this evening would allow the University System of Georgia Board of Regents to continue leasing the same amount of square footage, 2,253 square feet of space for the Heritage Center operations and the exhibits that they have on display there, which is adjacent to the CVB operation, the gift shop and everything. All that will stay as it has been. What will change is that the tenant will compensate, so the Board of Regents will compensate the city at the rate of $1,000 per month for rent. The initial term is through June 30th of 2026 with 4 consecutive one-year options for renewal, which keeps us in compliance with the statutory provisions of 5-year leases or less. The landlord, so the city, will be responsible for the costs associated with water and wastewater billing for the premises, but the tenant has agreed to continue paying the cost of the electric power supplied to the building. And additionally, one other change is that the landlord is now responsible for maintenance of the facility, other than for routine non-capital maintenance items like changing light bulbs and air filters. The tenant will be responsible for that. So this took several months to work through. I appreciate the city attorney's effort as well as Mr. Pangle's effort in trying to get something that we were okay with, as was the Board of Regents. So management would recommend council adopt this lease, this rental agreement rather.
All right, are there questions or comments on this item? Okay, if not, I will entertain a motion.
So move.
I have a motion,
Second.
a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Item number 9, A1A agreement with KRH Architects, Inc. for City Hall window replacement project.
Yes, Madam Mayor, this is, as you said, an AIA agreement with KRH Architects for the replacement, the design and replacement of the first floor windows at City Hall. As you know, and most of you have probably seen, these windows have rotted and are in great need of replacement. The architect will be responsible for the design documents and also to facilitate the replacement of the wood windows that we currently have. With new aluminum clad exterior wood interior windows where the existing windows have been damaged. The cost to the city will be 6% of the completed project cost for the architectural cost, which will be, we're approximate $24,000 for that. Completion date will be summer to fall, late summer, early fall 2026, and this is funded and has been approved through the multi-year CIP budget. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, are there questions or comments on this item?
And that is his first floor for now.
That's correct. Sorry, that's first floor only.
Okay. All right. Motion to approve.
The motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, item number 10, contract with Integrated Builds LLC for the City Hall window replacement project.
Yes, Madam Mayor. This is, we did let out for sealed bids, and we opened those bids on March 31st. Integrated Builds did come in with the lowest bid for this project, and I would like to highlight that this is all the first floor windows with the exception of these big windows in council chambers. Those are not they don't stand in need of being replaced. But basically the scope of this will be the first floor wood windows, and all of the change out will be from the outside. Integrated windows came in at $393,475. Substantial completion date is mid-September of 2026. And again, this will be funded through our multi-year CIP budget. And I'd be happy to answer any questions. If not, I'd ask your,
How many windows are we talking about? Just on the first floor?
you can ask any question, but I'm just kidding. Yes, it's all on the first floor. All the windows will be replaced. And in the bid, any nailers, which is what the windows are nailed to on the underside, some of them we know have been rotted out. But that bid includes replacing those nailers. So if there's no nailers or interior structural work to be done, then we can save a little bit of money there. But it is, I think it's 34 windows in total. And it's pretty, all of the woodwork you see on the inside of that, none of that will be touched at all.
Okay.
These windows will come in from the outside and the inside will stay as you see it now.
Thank you.
Right. Comments or questions on this item?
Motion to approve.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, item number 11, resolution 26-11, authorizing municipal property purchase.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. I have here a resolution to purchase a small piece of property. It's 0.6 acres off the end of runway 14 at the airport. We purchased all the property surrounding this little piece of property back in 2014 through a federal grant, and the property owner was not aware that they owned it, so they actually recently approached the city and asked if they could sell it, as it's essentially a useless piece of property to them. It is within our runway protection zone, so we proceeded with this resolution to purchase. The purchase price is $510, and the city attorney put together the resolution for us. Thank you.
Are there questions or comments on this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 12, resolution 26-12, authorizing acceptance of bid for sale of 1216 East Morris Street property.
Yes, Madam Mayor. This property, as you've said, is at 1216 East Morris. This property was utilized in the mid to late 40s as a temporary fire station while a more permanent fire station was being built closer to the inside of town. If you'll remember, about a year ago, we presented to the council during an executive session that this property was no longer in use by the city or had no substantial use for the city and therefore was designated as surplus property. We did open this up for sealed bids and opened those bids on April the 6th. We did have one bid for this property that came in at $15,002. This is for, the property is 0.127 acres, and it does have a building, and the building is in need of some pretty substantial repairs if the building's going to remain. So staff recommends the acceptance of the $15,002 bid. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions or comments on this item?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. All right, item number 13, resolution 26-13, resolution authorizing transfer of real property to Dalton Whitfield County Land Bank Authority, Inc.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As you may recall, the city owns a vacant, undeveloped tract at the corner of Underwood Street and Dantzler Street. You can see the parcel highlighted on the image on the PowerPoint slide. It's approximately 1.3 acres. And as you know, there has been a desire to return properties that the city is having to pay to maintain, and we're not collecting any tax revenue. If there are opportunities to identify affordable housing projects on such lots, that we make an effort to do so and return it to a higher and better use. So resolution 26-13, as you say, authorizes transfer of the vacant lot to the Dalton Whitfield Land Bank Authority for the purpose of development of a UPUD affordable housing pilot project. Ideally, the land bank would seek to use it to implement a new standard for the recent green space courtyard subdivision option that the Unified Zoning Ordinance was amended a few months ago to allow for subdivided lots off a common green space courtyard. Some communities refer to this as a cottage court style development. There have not been any requests to utilize this new zoning scheme yet. And so very similar to the South Hamilton urban infill project that made use of the new UPUD zoning language, this would provide a pilot project for to show the community how a cottage court style development could be utilized. This is allowed under state law, OCGA 48-40-60. The land bank is a public authority comprised of city and county representatives charged with returning real property that is non-revenue generating, non-tax producing to a more effective utilization in order to provide housing, new industry, or jobs. In this case, it would be housing for the residents of Dalton and Whitfield County. And the resolution authorizes the mayor to sign any necessary deeds to transfer the property into the land bank authority. The deed does requested the city attorney include a reversionary interest. So if the land bank authority does not take action to initiate such a development or convey to a third party to affect what has been requested, a UPUD, affordable housing project, the land interest would revert back to the city if they do not initiate that within 6 months. The Land Bank Authority has not been active for many years, but they did meet about 8 months ago to try to get things restarted. Unfortunately, they don't have any land to work with, so this would be a 1.3 acre tract that would give them the ability to pursue a project. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, are there questions or comments on this item? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion? Second? Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? All right. There's no other business before this body. And the announcements would be that we have the Beach Bash on Friday evening with a really good band, so hope people will come out for that. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion?
Second.
Second, is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed?